Namaste, I am Vibha. I am a teacher at Hatha Vidya Traditional School of Yoga. Today I will talk to you about Mitahara. What should I eat? What is the best diet for me? These are the questions that plague most of us today. Food is a central part of our existence. Civilizations have evolved around it. But while the caveman struggled to find 2 square meals, today's man finds himself in the midst of a food overload. There is so much of food we do not know where to start and where to stop. The food and body connection is well established. But we are not just muscles and bones. The food that we eat today becomes our mind tomorrow. This connection was well established and well known by the ancient sages of yore, who laid out a concept of Mitahara for those who want to pursue a higher goal of yoga. Mitahara, the word comes from 2 Sanskrit words, the first one being Mita, which means controlled or moderate. The second one is Ahara, or intake. Literally translated, Mitahara means a diet of control or moderation. Mitahara has 3 main concepts. The first one is the quality of food, second one, quantity of food, and third is the mental attitude while eating. All these points need to be considered when one is following Mitahara. When we look at the quality of food, contrary to other beliefs, people believe that you have to have only a certain type of diet when you are doing Mitahara. Mitahara, according to yogic texts, the food that one needs to eat is determined by the practices one follows. Likewise, if a person is pursuing a higher goal of yoga and his practices are mainly of meditation, his diet should be such that it does not interfere with the practices. Accordingly, the diet will consist of food that is easier to digest and is lighter on his stomach. While if his practices are more asana based, a person will eat food that will build up his body and strength. Ayurveda classifies food into 6 types of tastes, which are called Shad Rasas. The 6 tastes, out of the 6 tastes, only 2 are given maximum importance in yogic diet. These are the tastes of sweet and astringent. Here we would like to point out, it is the naturally sweet food and naturally astringent food which is considered beneficial for people who are following yoga. Yogic texts do not recommend overly heated, stale, putrid, and food that has been microwaved and preserved. So you should have food that is natural to its original state as far as possible. According to Gheranda Samhita, which is an ancient yogic text, Mitahara means when a person should fill his stomach only half with solid food, 1/4 with liquids, and 1/4 should be left empty for churning of gases and digestion of food. Yoga does not recommend overeating. Hatha Pradipika says, Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. There are 6 things that can lead to failure in yoga, and overeating is considered the first among them. When we do not eat, that is a state of anahara, it's not good for your practices, because when we do yogic practice, we work on our pranas, and not eating will cause more disturbances than do good to you. So both fasting and feasting are not recommended by yoga. While the modern world is just waking up to the mind and body connection, the ancient sages understood this connection well, and they have recommended that the mental attitude while eating food, while preparing food, is very important. Namaste.